Can you estimate project contingency accurately with no historical data? Imagine you're starting a new project and need to set aside a budget for unexpected costs. Can you do this accurately without looking at past projects? That's what we're exploring today. Project contingency is money kept aside to cover surprises that might pop up during a project. It helps prevent budget overruns when things don't go exactly as planned. Usually, past project data helps estimate this amount because it shows how much extra money was needed before. But what if there's no previous data to guide you? In such cases, project managers turn to risk assessment. First, they list all possible risks that could affect the project. For example, if you're building a new office, risks might include delays in material delivery or unexpected weather. Next, they estimate how likely each risk is to happen and how much it might cost if it does. This step involves some guesswork but is based on experience and knowledge of similar projects. Then, probabilistic methods like Monte Carlo simulation come into play. This technique runs thousands of virtual scenarios to see how risks could combine and affect costs. It gives a range of possible outcomes and helps decide how much money to hold back with a certain confidence level. For example, you might set aside enough contingency to cover costs that are unlikely to be exceeded more than 30% of the time. Another approach is scenario analysis. You imagine different futures, best case, worst case, and most likely, and see how each impacts your budget. This helps you understand the range of possible costs and plan accordingly. Expert judgment is also key. Experienced project managers or specialists can give insights based on their knowledge. They might not have exact data but can provide educated estimates of risks and needed contingency. The Delphi technique is often used here, where experts give their opinions, then discuss and refine them through multiple rounds. Without historical data, your estimates depend heavily on how well you identify risks and how accurately you assess their impact. Probabilistic models need some input on risks, which can be subjective. As the project moves forward and more information becomes available, you can update your contingency estimates to reflect new insights. In practice, focus on thorough risk management early on. Use tools to translate risks into dollar amounts. Communicate openly with stakeholders about the uncertainties involved. And keep updating your contingency as you learn more during project execution. So, while having past data makes estimating project contingency easier, it is still possible to do a good job without it. By carefully analyzing risks, using probabilistic tools, and relying on expert judgment, project managers can set aside a reasonable contingency to handle surprises effectively.